Hi guys, this is Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to talk about shopping at the Goodwill bins. Now these are outlet stores where you fill up your cart and you pay by the pound. And the price seems to vary according to what area you're in. But in our area it's right around $1.50, a little bit less a pound. When you head to the bins, the first thing you're going to want to do is take a good pair of gloves because you will be digging. And I've seen some pretty gross things in these bins, so you want to make sure your hands are protected. I do love browsing the books, and so do my kids, because books are around 50 cents each. And this day we found so many amazing vintage books, a lot of vintage cookbooks, which I especially love and I collect. And I think this day alone, I bet you we probably found 75 different books and pamphlets that ended up coming home with us. So here you can just see kind of a small selection, but the bins are just packed with books to dig through. It's pretty much an absolute dream. If an item is especially large or heavy, they have a $2 maximum at our Goodwill. So for a tray like this, they don't weigh it. They would just go ahead and charge you $2. We did find a couple other little things. My daughters did actually. They loved that little milk glass lamp. And here's my big stack of cookbooks. As you can see, I got so many. These actually have a really good resale value. But moving along, there's so much in these bins, and people can kind of tend to hoard around them, and so sometimes it can be hard to kind of get through. But for the most part, everyone's really nice, and once you get the chance to dig, you will find that everything is pretty much just tossed in there. And so finding something like this, we found this little taxidermy butterfly. It was a miracle that it wasn't broken, because things are thrown around pretty hard in those bins. These were 2 boho hats I found. These still had the Target price tags on them of $20 each, so they were brand new. And because they were so light, I bet you they came to less than $1 each. Things like baskets are also really inexpensive. You can find all kinds of things and pay well under $1 for it. So you can kind of see in the background here, those are the employees bringing the new bins out. I didn't want to be obvious and record them, but you can see how every half hour or so they bring new full bins out for you to rummage through. They do have a lot of furniture. The prices are really cheap. Most items are about $5 and under. If you like to upcycle furniture, this would be a fantastic place to go because they have quite a few pieces at really great prices. Records seem to be a really big part of the Goodwill bins. You find a lot of them. These are great for framing, or we actually have a record player. We love listening to vinyl at our house. I thought this piece was cool. This enamelware piece came home with me. As you can see, there's a lot of junk, and my husband actually says that, okay, half of this stuff could probably be thrown away, and you know what? He's not wrong. A lot of it probably could go straight for the trash. But then we find a lot of treasures like you see here. We found this vintage candy Christmas garland, and I found some copper wire that I'm going to be using for crafting. Some vintage linens, and I thought these were really cool. These were the old Lincoln logs. What you'll find that a lot of people do is they'll put items in their carts while they are thinking about them. So it's always a good idea to do that if there's something you're not sure about. I did end up grabbing this purse. I thought it was an I'm sorry, Enid Collins purse. This is not. This is just a similar style, but I still ended up grabbing this. I think it'll have a good resale value. There's Kenny G. I did not take him home, but I did take that gold frame home because I do have an entire wall of vintage gold frames, so that did come home with me. And let's talk about books again. I'm telling you, it's hard for me to even get out of there with less than 100 books. I find ones that I can use for crafting. I find ones that I want to read. I find old cookbooks. They have so many, and for such a cheap price, I start grabbing. It's pretty addictive. This one is really cool. It's how to grow your own avocado tree, which, you know what, for as many avocados as we eat, I might actually give this a try this spring. My daughter Olivia, she found this adorable desk lamp and a little pottery dish that she really liked. They have a great time digging at the bins too, because pretty much everything they find I don't say no to because it's so inexpensive. This is just going through to see if anything else catches my eye. So a large piece like that would be $2 since they cap out the weight at $2. More records. If anyone ever does crafts with records, this would be the perfect place to go. I love these old classroom posters I found. There's at least 100 of them, and they have the really cool vintage graphics on it. But these would be used, you know, in a classroom. They've got all different kinds of educational themes in this whole pack. And I got these for the graphics, and I like old teaching stuff since I used to be a teacher, but I will probably end up reselling these at some point, keeping a few, but reselling the rest. Oh my gosh, are you guys so tired of looking at books? I'm sorry, I can't help it. There are so many amazing vintage books, and if you like to craft or you just enjoy, you know, the old books, the old graphics, I just can't get enough of these. I just have to take them home for 50 cents each. It's quite an addiction sometimes, but I imagine there are worse things in the world. To be spending your money on books is not one of them. And look at this, the Little Miss Shy from the Little Miss book series. I absolutely loved those when I was little. And it's just great to get books for the kids that they can enjoy at home too. Books can be really expensive when bought new, so buying secondhand is a great idea. Okay, there you have it. That's a quick little trip through the Goodwill outlet. I hope that you enjoyed seeing what we bought. Remember, if you head to your own, be sure to take a pair of gloves. You may also want to take some water or something to drink because you're going to be there for a while. And I think it's also a good idea to take some type of sanitizer or hand wipes because things tend to get really dirty. So it's always a good idea to be prepared. I think the more time you can spend there, the better, because they're always bringing new bins out, and you just never know what's going to be in the next one. So I hope you get a chance to go to the bins. If you do, tell me what you find. And until we talk again, thank you so much for visiting my channel. I really appreciate you. Be sure to like and subscribe if you like what you see. That way you don't miss any videos in the future. Thanks so much. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And if you have a little time, you can go ahead and look through my other thrifting videos. I have quite a few new ones up where I show you the things that I find. I tell you what I'm going to do with them. I show you the way that I style and use some of the items. So there's a lot of good watching to be had. So make sure you check out the list of my other videos and go ahead and click on anything that looks interesting to you. Thank you guys again so much. I hope you're having the best day and come back soon. Bye-bye.